Little Miss Scary. As the sun rose over the Spiceland hills, and a Spiceland owl was going to bed after a hard night's work, Little Miss Scary woke up bright and early on Wannabe Avenue, in her leopard print bedroom. And after breakfast, she set off in her leopard print car. Little Miss Scary liked spots, even more than Little Miss Dotty. So, now you know why Little Miss Scary's house and car are spotty. But what you won't know is why she was called Little Miss Scary. She was called Little Miss Scary because she was scarily good at things. Lots of things. She was scarily good at dancing. She was scarily brave, as Mr. Brave found out when the lion escaped from the zoo. She was scarily good at getting up to mischief. And it will come as no surprise that she was scarily good at being scary. Boo! But that was not all she was scarily good at, as you will soon find out. On this particular morning, Little Miss Scary had woken bright and early because it was the day of Little Miss Spice Girl's biggest show of the year, in the biggest stadium, in front of the biggest audience. Little Miss Scary and the other Little Miss Spice Girls set off in their tour bus, but there was a problem. The bus driver was Mr. Muddle, who in his muddle-headed way took a wrong turn, into a field, a very muddy field. What a muddy muddle! "Oh no!" cried the other Little Miss Spice Girls. "How are we going to get to the show?" "No need to fuss," said Little Miss Scary. And without further ado, she lifted the bus out of the mud and back onto the road. Little Miss Scary is scarily strong. But that was not the only problem that day. When they got to the stadium, the gates were locked. "Oh no!" cried the other Little Miss Spice Girls. "There's no way in." "No need to fuss," said Little Miss Scary, and in one bound she jumped over the gates and let them in. She was scarily good at jumping. When they got into the dressing room, the other Little Miss Spice Girls all looked at Little Miss Scary's shoes. "Oh no!" they cried. "The mud has ruined them." "No need to fuss," said Little Miss Scary. And of course there was no need to fuss, because Little Miss Scary was scarily good at cleaning. So good that she even cleaned the spots off her shoes. Finally, it was time to go on stage, but as they did, there was a bang, and then a pop, and then a fizz. The microphones had all conked out, and the speakers had packed in. The Little Miss Spice Girls looked at each other, and then at the vast, expectant crowd. "Oh no!" cried the other Little Miss Spice Girls. "The audience is so loud that they won't be able to hear us sing." "No need to fuss," said Little Miss Scary, not for the first time that day. And of course there was nothing to worry about. Little Miss Scary opened her mouth wide and sang. She sang in a loud voice, a very loud voice, a scarily loud voice. And she was so loud that the whole audience fell silent. And then the other Little Miss Spice Girls joined in. And which song do you think they all sang? Holler!